A long time ago, they made some racist laws, and they lightweight flipped the switch on them pretending everything was Gucci, but in reality, shit was still f***ed up. What's happening? It's your history tutor, Thrash City, here to teach your dumb ass about American history. The struggle. Learn with Thrash City. Racism! Damn informed America, we getting down to the nitty gritty. We've covered the first settlers. We covered Christopher Columbus and all the f***ed up shit he did. We covered, how America got its name. We even covered the conquistadors. Up next, we got something that's sewn into the American fabric so deeply that you could even see it.
To this day! To this day!
And if you're one of those ignorantly blissful people who thinks racism really doesn't exist,
Psych! You thought!
Poor you.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
But before we get started, if you're new to the informed American nation, hook up that subscribe button. We discuss history in a way you ain't never seen before. And you ain't gonna fall asleep like you did in your 6th grade history class. For all you existing members of informed American nation, this is where I need you to do me a favor right quick and share this video. I know you know somebody out there who needs to hear this. Don't worry, I'll wait. Thanks, G. Today we finna cover systematic racism in America. But before we do, we gotta find out what's the definition of systematic racism. Systematic racism refers to the rules, practices, and customs once rooted in law. These may have changed over time, resulting in a facade of equality. But the residual effects reverberate throughout the entire social system. Alright, I'm gonna translate for the layman. A long time ago, they made some racist laws, and they lightweight flipped the switch on them pretending everything was Gucci, but in reality, shit was still f***ed up. Now we're gonna take one quick step back. Hold up, what is this? Okay. If we're gonna be talking about the law that authorizes slavery back in the day, we'll be referring to the Spanish permit called the Encomienda. I probably didn't even say that shit right.
Encomienda.
The Encomienda allowed the Portuguese and the Spanish to pretty much enslave anyone who they thought was beneath them. The Encomienda had to do with slavery, but since we're talking about systematic racism, we're going to be referring to the Iberian system of La Costa. As you already know, because I know you've seen my other videos. I know you went and watched the Christopher Columbus video, part 1 and 2, and seen a little bit of the first settlers. But anyways, conquistadors came from Europe to America, enslaved motherfuckers, and stole their land in the 15th century. About 20 years following the discovery of America, in 1510, King Ferdinand of Aragon got the incredible idea and was like,
every incredible human achievement in history was done with slaves.
And he authorized the shipment of around 200 to 250 Africans from Africa to America. Now this isn't the start of the African slave trade. There's a whole nother video I got planned for that. But this is the start of European influence transporting Africans to the Americas in masses. The free labor that was forced upon the Americans and the Africans was what the Iberians needed in order to stabilize the economy in America. Now let's keep in mind these are Spanish and Portuguese people. The Iberians are the ones who integrated Africans into the Americas, just in case you ain't following. Now this worked so well for them.
There's no end to what you can do when you don't give a fuck about particular people. You can do anything. That's where human greatness comes from, is that we're shitty people, that we fuck others over.
Then, 8 years later, in 1518, Emperor Charles V was like,
oh, say less,
and authorized the transport of African slaves to the Americas in masses. Now when I say masses, I mean they did this with zero moderation. They went ham. They legit, stole everybody.
He's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up, trying to rape them, so y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here.
Now typically only the rich. snap. It's Hanson. Hanson the Ensign boy. What's good, my dude? Anyway, so typically the conquistadors that were able to bring their families were either the rich or the royalty. So that left all the other ones to breed with the locals. And this is where La Costa comes in. This is the first systematic racist system implemented in the Americas. Costa means breed, by the way. It is getting way too hot for this. I'm going to halfway Evander Holyfield my shit or something, because I am leaking, bro. Now, Costa's was a hierarchy system used to establish you a status based off of your bloodline. There was 16 different statuses of the hierarchy, and they all had their separate names, with Spanish people, Europeans, of course, being the highest. American people being the second most, prevalent, and then the Africans being the lowest of the low. And when I say Americans, I mean indigenous people, the motherfuckers that was here first. There's a dude named Dr. Moore, and he goes real in depth about it, far deeper than I can. And you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just leave his link in my description. And that's it for this session to Learn with Thrash City, systematic racism. Now, if you like what I'm doing here at Learn with Thrash City, show some love to my Patreon. I'm definitely giving shout outs to everyone who donates. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, most of all, share this joint. Stay up and peace. Right. Man, I'm really out here looking like American Urban Ninja Warrior and shit. They got me looking like Great Value Ermac USA edition and shit.